I don't think it's the acceptable part, but I think it's an inevitable consequence. Once we made the decision last December to recognise unions, it was inevitable that we would have some strikes. We have had some this summer, but I think what's important to understand is they have limited impact on the business. Today, much as we regret, we cancelled 150 of 400 flights in Germany, and that affects 27,000 customers today. We will carry over 400,000 customers across Ryanair services across the total of Europe today. So they're unfortunate. We've worked tirelessly to avoid them. We have conceded to most of the demands made by the German unions, including local labour contracts, mediation, etc., etc. But in some cases, too, the unions are determined to hold strikes, I think because they think we will just fold over and make concessions whenever we're threatened with strikes. We will try to avoid them. But in some cases, if we think the unions are being unreasonable, as the German unions are, we will face down the strike. We will work our way around it, as we did in Ireland. And we will, I think, pretty quickly begin to have practical discussions with those German unions about the issues that are of concern to our pilots and our cabin crew.
I've taken the opportunity to speak to unions in more than half a dozen different countries around Europe. In Portugal, they say your representatives employ, quote, bullying and intimidation tactics. They do not listen. In Italy, they say the attitude is very impolite. Your company does not respect Italian law. In Germany, they told me that Ryanair undermines German standards and labour law. In Spain, they say they cannot trust you and the airline management is, quote, lying all the time. Is there a problem with the management culture at Ryanair, and are you part of that problem?
No. I mean, the quotes are complete rubbish. We've now signed up a labour agreement with the Italian pilots. We've done a 5-year deal with them. We've signed up with the Irish pilots. The German pilots we haven't yet got an agreement with. In Portugal, can't remember what the quote was. We are doing deals. We have signed up a deal here in the UK with BALPA for the pilots and Unite for the cabin crew. So I think, look, we operate across 34 countries. We won't get round to every country in the first week or the first month of these operations. But in some cases,
it's been years with some of these operations. You can't really use that.
It hasn't been years. I mean, we agreed to recognise the unions in December of 2017. So
but in terms of your operations in these countries, you've been there a long time.
We've been there for 30 years. I mean, it's rich that the German unions would suggest that we have low pay when our pilots earn 30% more than Eurowings, which is a subsidiary of Lufthansa, earn 30% more than Eurowings pilots, represented by exactly the same VC union. So our pay is good. Our terms and conditions are great. We have no trouble hiring people or attracting people to work for Ryanair. But we do have a bedding down process with the unions, and we're making great progress with it.
I think a lot of the union reps I've spoken to would disagree with you there. In Holland, they say you can't ignore them anymore. In Belgium, they say that Ryanair is scared.
Given that we met with the Dutch unions last week. I mean, we're already negotiating with all these people. So, it's a bit unfair to be coming up with I have this kind of hearsay quotes from unions. What do unions always say? That management are terrible. But in actual fact, we employ 11,000 people. We employ 11,500 people in Ryanair. This year, they've enjoyed a 20% pay increase. Our pilots earn up to £200,000 a year, and our cabin crew earn between 40 and 50,000.
I've been seeing documents from members of your cabin crew in particular. You say that you pay them up to €40,000 a year. The ones I've seen,
we publish the pay slips. They're on our website.
They've sent me pay slips with numbers of hours. It doesn't get anywhere near
Generally speaking, every time we've examined those pay slips, they tend to arise in a month when people were either not working or on holidays and had a low commissions. We publish the pay. What's actually remarkable about most of the union negotiations across Europe, very few of them talk about pay. Pay is not an issue. BALPA said pay is not an issue. The Irish pilots union said pay is not an issue. Our pilots are very well paid. So are the cabin crew. Usually it's terms and conditions. We want local contracts. We've agreed to put in place local contracts. So we should move on, because actually the claims you're being making here by your discussions with a couple of union officials are fundamentally wrong.
Okay, that's your view. In Belgium they say that you're scared of the unions. Is that true? Is it a threat to your business model?
No. I mean,
your company said in a statement,
Michael, to our business model, we wouldn't have recognised the unions last December.
Did you have any choice at the time?
Yes, of course we had a choice.
What was that choice?
We've recognised the unions, but the choice was not to recognise the unions. We've recognised the unions, and I think we should move on. We're making significant progress. We've done deals with unions in the UK, in Italy, in Ireland. We're close to one at the moment in Holland. We're meeting with the Spanish unions next week and the Portuguese unions as well.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.